Last season, the Broncos won Super Bowl 50 after a shock win over the Panthers. Their defence won them the game as they managed to keep Cam Newton relatively non-existent. The new NFL season is about 2 months away, with the Broncos kicking things off against the Panthers at Mile High Stadium in a replay of the Super Bowl 50. In this video, I will give my top 5 teams who I think can win the Super Bowl next February in Houston. Number 5. The Houston Texans. The Texans are the newest team in the NFL, and they have been on the rise ever since their introduction in 2002. They have made 3 playoff appearances, one in 2011, then 2012, and then last year in 2015. And they've won all the divisions in all 3 of them years. They have a star player in JJ Watt, who is one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. He will be looking to keep the Texans' end zone free from any points being scored in it. The Texans start off against the Bears and don't have too many really hard games, though they do come up against the Patriots, the Packers and the Bengals, who are 3 of the top teams in the NFL. However, they should manage to get out of their division of the AFC South, as they are the strongest of the 4 teams in the division. Number 4, the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals have been a rising team in the NFL and have looked one of the strongest teams in the NFC over the last 2 seasons. Last year they got beat in the conference championship round when they lost to the Panthers. Wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald was one of the outstanding players of last season and was one of the main players in the Cardinals team that got to the conference championships. They have hard tests to face this season, especially early on in the schedule with the Patriots in a few weeks. Both were good teams in last year's playoffs, and both will provide a good challenge for the Cardinals. The Cardinals will face stiff competition from the Seahawks in order to win the NFC West, but they should win it. Number 3, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have had some great seasons lately, and especially since Carson Palmer took over as quarterback. They have challenged the Packers for the best passing team in the NFL. The Carson Palmer AJ Green partnership is one of the best in the NFL, as they have got many yards and touchdowns last year, and they even managed to win the AFC North, but they lost in the wildcard round of the AFC playoffs to the Steelers. They will face some hard teams in the Patriots and Jets, as well as the Steelers, who are in the same division, so they will face each other twice. It will be between the Bengals and Steelers for the AFC North, but the Ravens might surprise and challenge for it, as they have the potential to do it. They haven't shown this since they won Super Bowl 47. Number 2, the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are one of the teams that have lately been in the playoffs non-stop. The last season which they didn't end up in the playoffs was 2008. It is easy to say that Brady is one of the best players in the league, though one of the most controversial players. However, Rob Gronkowski is one of the best tight ends in the NFL and contributes a lot of touchdowns to the Patriots. The Patriots have a hard schedule this season, as they have the Cardinals, Texans, Bengals and Steelers, as well as the Seahawks and the Broncos this season, as well as the Jets, who are a good team and were unlucky not to play in the playoffs last year. The Jets will provide competition for the Patriots in the AFC East and will look to make the playoffs this time round. However, the Patriots could and probably will end up ahead of them. Number 1, the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are another team who have made the playoffs every year since 2008, and they have one of the best histories in the NFL. The quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, is normally regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and holds NFL records. Last year, you could tell they were missing key player wide receiver Jordy Nelson, who was injured of all last year. They managed to make the playoffs, but only just as a wildcard team. This season, they have the easiest schedule of any team, with the Seahawks and Texans being their really only hard teams. The NFC will be as competitive as ever, with last year's winners, the Vikings, wanting to win it again. However, the Packers will be wanting to make up for the disappointing end and should find themselves in a playoff position. Do you think there's a team missed off, or one of the teams that I've mentioned shouldn't be in the list? Well, tell me down below or comment. Also, if you like this video, then subscribe for more great content on every sport. Until next time, thank you.